Back in another place, in another time, before Scandoval. That's right, before Scandoval. Back when she was BFFs with Tom and Ariana. First, she fell out with Ariana. Now she fell out with Tom. But back when she was friends with Tom and Ariana, when Tom and Ariana were together, before Scandoval, back when Jax wasn't on Bravo, before the Valley was greenlit, back before Stassi was back. I mean, she's not back on Bravo, but she's back in the Vanderverse. Before all of that, we sat down with the one and only Billie Lee. I find this chat so interesting. I always find it interesting when we look back at a chat and just see how many things were foreshadowed, how many things are different. This wasn't that long ago. It was right before Scandoval broke, literally right before. So we share these never before seen videos of our chat with Billie Lee. And was there foreshadowing of what's to come? I mean, not even just Scandoval, but her fallout with Tom. I find these chats so interesting, and we share a series of them here today. Ad training, like, do you think there would be a totally different outcome?
Now?
Like, from like the world and where,
yeah, probably, for sure. I think so. I hope so. I mean, I'm all about like learning and growing. So, you know, I would hope they would want to do that. I know I would take the opportunity in a heartbeat, especially if I can just be a better person and not use as many microaggressions, you know, and not be harmful in any way possible.
Because, like, you look at not even just Vanderpump, like all the shows on Bravo, which I'm sure you don't watch, like Summer House, like it's come a long way as far as integration of color. But, you know, since Faith, like now it's like, okay, whether that's now a thing, but like you go down every show, they've like recast it because I think of Faith. But yeah, to your point, like we have Summer House, we have Southern Charm, like where's one trans cast member? There's not one that I can count.
No, there's not. Yeah, Bravo knows where they stand, and I felt that, and I feel for anyone who's trans that joins the Bravo team or umbrella, because yeah, that's a mission. That's a ride. That's scary.
Or, you know, trans housewife. I mean, we have many cities here we can choose from. There's got to be somebody, right?
Yeah, I mean, you would think
fits the bill.
You would think, but you know, I guess it just depends on who's running it. Yeah.
Where do you think like the media is in general? You know, like where are we in the media? You know, you like look at TV, like mainstream TV, you look at like Ryan Murphy, Pose obviously is the thing people point to the most. Like where do you think the media is today? Just curious what your opinion is.
Well, my friends and my creative partners and writing partners in the community, we all have sold TV shows. Like I've sold a show to ABC that's a trans story. It's a half-hour comedy. And it's really hard. And I'm still not considered the creator or the written by, even though it's my story. It's really hard for us to get trans like content or shows that are created and written and produced by a trans person. It usually takes a cis person to produce it and to create it. I had 2 cis people working with me, telling my story, and that was challenging. Because no matter how much I told a story, they were coming from their angle. But like, you know, we don't have a lot of trans power in the industry yet. And there are some amazing creators out there that I work with and that I love and adore. And we fight every day to create shows and create movies and and write and produce so that way we can have our voices heard, you know? I mean, even like Ryan Murphy, he's cis, like, and I'm so grateful for his storytelling, and he did amazing with Pose. But it's still very challenging. Just like there's not a trans person on Bravo right now. It's still very challenging in the media.
Where's this story at ABC? Like, is it DOA? Is it now moving forward without you being quote unquote?
I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about any of this, but so 20th Century has it, and they are working on it with Hulu. So we'll see. I don't know. ABC passed. We developed it with ABC. ABC passed, but what happens is it's owned by Disney. So Hulu, a lot of shows that pass at ABC will go to Hulu. But I have so many other projects that are in the works, and my stand-up comedy, and so it's like it's kind of like when you go for an audition, you just forget about it once it's done. I developed the show with ABC for a year, and I'm now like, whatever happens at Hulu or wherever it goes, like, I love working with 20th Century. The team is amazing, and I hope it becomes something, but I also have so many things on the burner that I'm like, it's
totally.
And that show, you know, my team, the creative team was like, well, if we're going to do a half-hour comedy, like, you're going to star in it, right? And I was like, I'm not an actress. And my writing partner at the time really encouraged me. She's like, you need to be in front of the camera still. Like, don't, just because of Vanderpump was a bad experience, there's other ways. And so I went into acting class, and I fell madly and deeply in love with acting. I thought it was just, it's just amazing. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to be writing for this comedy show and I'm doing another project that's comedy, I should probably look into stand-up comedy and just learn. And then I started doing stand-up comedy, and that's like blown up. And I did 8 shows. My 8th show was a comedy special filmed with Pretty Funny Women for TV. And all of this happened because of this one pilot with ABC. And I always say, like, it's that pilot, even if it doesn't go, it redirected me in such a beautiful way. And I really got to explore other medias and other ways of telling my story, and completely fall in love with that process.
What do you love best about comedy?
It's on my own terms. I love that. No one's editing me, you know? It's literally my voice. I get to talk about my vagina, my pussy. I make pussy jokes, like things that I was, you know, insecure about back in the day. I've kind of, since it is on my own terms and I get to have fun with it, and I have a really tight vagina, and it's from Thailand, so I get to have like, my point of view. And in comedy, it's all about your point of view. And I have a pretty cool point of view, and there's a lot to explore there. And people find it really funny, apparently. It's working.
It's working. I've seen some of your clips on your Instagram. What do you talk about Vanderpump at all in your comedy?
I don't know. This is the first time I've talked about Vanderpump in so long.
I know. As you were coming here, I'm like, I hope she knows I'm going to want to talk about Vanderpump. I mean, I guess most people want to at least bring it up somehow.
I know.
Which must be tiring, I would imagine.
Yeah, I just haven't done interviews. I don't do interviews unless I'm promoting something. Like, you know, if I'm promoting my book, or if I'm going to promote like my stand-up or something. But yeah, the Vanderpump thing, you know, I'm sure people are going to be like, Jax Taylor did drugs. And like, I mean, first of all, I think everyone knows that, but it's like, I really don't give a shit anymore. And I know people are going to be like, why are you talking about it if you don't care about it? Like, you know, but I'll just say
people say that. And then it's like, well, I mean,